Hi, I'm Tim. This is the World of Tim, and for real this time, it's November 24th, 2010.
Maybe someday I'll write a jingle for my show, but right now I don't have one. If you're not familiar.
I have to do the show live today because I don't have time to cut it, which means there won't be any jump cuts, which should make my father very happy. He's not a big fan of those. First thing I need to do on my list, so I don't screw this up, is Rosie's birthday. Happy birthday, Mama Ro. You know who you are. It was nice to hear from you again. And I miss you. I haven't seen you since high school. And when I'm back in your neck of the woods, we need to hook up. The next thing I need to talk about is there's that hypothermia guy. I don't know if you remember this. If you don't, you should go back and check it out. But there were two guys who got out of rehab, and they were driving home. And one turned to the other one and told him, "I love you, and I want to spend the rest of my life with you." To which the other guy said, "Get out of the car, strip down to your underwear, and give me your bank card." So that's exactly what happened. He stole his bank card, he robbed him, he left him on the side of the road, told him, "I'll be right back," and left and never came back. He stayed there in his underwear and died of hypothermia. Now, the guy was in court obviously for murder charges, but he has since been acquitted. So that means if you leave somebody to get killed by hypothermia, it's not your fault that they were too stupid to go to a house. So, I mean, that's good for common sense, because seriously, you shouldn't have stayed there and died. But it's -1 for not being a dick. The next thing is, yesterday I talked about the TSA, and today is officially opt-out day. For opt-out day means whenever you go to the, if you go to the hospital, if you go to the airport, what is wrong with me? If you go to the airport today, and quite frankly, I think forever, and they tell you you have to go to the naked machine, you need to say, "No, I opt out of the naked machine. I'd rather have the pat-down." What this does is it makes a huge line for the pat-down thing, and the TSA people have to work way harder, and they're uncomfortable, and nobody's really happy. Now, there's one side who says maybe they'll change the rules and, they won't be as aggressive and, use a little bit more common sense. But then the other side is, well, these people are going to make it, it's Thanksgiving weekend. These people aren't going to be able to go see their families. Well, here's the problem with that. These people are saying, "I don't want to go into the naked scanner, and I would like to be patted down." If you are not a supporter of opt-out day, you'll probably get on your plane faster. Go in the line for the naked machine. There's going to be nobody there. You're going to go, do your naked thing, show your little naked bits, and then you're going to be able to get on the plane. So it's a win-win for everybody except the TSA. Some people get to get their message out, and other people get home faster to see their family. What is wrong with my mouth today? So, opt-out day, good for everybody. No matter what anybody says, it's good for everybody. People will be fighting for your rights, and if you refuse to, which is your prerogative, maybe you don't care. And a lot of people don't. But don't complain, because you're actually going to get through the line faster, because your line is going to be empty. You're welcome. Speaking of the TSA, I saw a video, and the link will be down in the description below. But Adam Savage, I think is his name, from Mythbusters, he did a talk, and it was pretty funny, because he was also talking about the TSA, and he was talking about the naked scanner. And he had no problem with the naked scanner, other than he felt a little self-conscious about the size of his penis, which I understand, because as soon as you walk in, you know somebody's looking at your penis. But Adam has kind of a better hint at what people are actually looking for, because he accidentally went through the scanner with two 13-inch razor blades and some nuts and bolts. But he didn't get stopped. He went in, they scanned him, and he went on his merry way. Which begs the question, if he had razor blades and metal bolts, what were the TSA guys looking at? Good question, I think. I think it's his nuts, by the way. I was going to link to a video and say, hey, this is atrocious, because it's another TSA horror story. And then I did some more research, and now I'm getting a little frustrated, because what could have been a good story to say the TSA needs to calm down might actually turn out to be not so much a hoax as somebody just trying to get their 15 minutes of fame, and really hurt the cause of, not turning this into some kind of weird police state. you might have heard the story about Meg McLain. She is a part-time radio host on some show. She called from the airport to give her account of being assaulted by the TSA after she refused to go through the naked machine because she claims she was the only one picked. Now she's hot. She's smoking hot. So I felt like, hey, she might have been singled out just as a present to the guy who's doing the scan things. Then she says that she refused to do that. Then she refused to be molested at the pat down thing. And then they yelled at her. They got police handcuffed to her chair, ripped up her plane ticket, and then she didn't get out of there for like an hour. Now I was outraged because this sounded like a lot of the other stories we've heard. But then the TSA put out their video. And the people who put out the original video linked to this video to say, look, here's the proof. Except the video doesn't show the proof at all. First of all, the video is only 13 minutes long. And after I watched it 2 or 3 times, I couldn't find it cut. So she was only being held for about 13, total 20 minutes because there is another video that continues from the first video. So about 20 minutes. But she gets taken out of line, by the way, after somebody just passed through the naked machine, and after she denies the naked machine, several other people go through the naked machine. So already, her saying that she was the only one picked for the naked machine isn't true at all. Then she gets escorted to the holding area, and where she said she was yelled at, and then people ran to get police. But she was calmly spoken to for at least 5 minutes until eventually the TSA people got frustrated and then started getting a little bit more agitated in the video. Then she sits down. At no point do police come. At no point does anybody cuff her to the chair. And at no point does anybody rip anything. Then she's taken out to the exit where they stop, where you can't really see her very much, and then she leaves. All of this in 20 minutes. So she's not there for an hour. She wasn't handcuffed to anything. Nobody ripped up any of her tickets. So I just have to say, look, you were upset. You see an opportunity to say, hey, I was a victim. Don't embellish it. That didn't work for James Frey. It's not going to work for you. So please, this is a really important cause. Don't ruin it with your bullshit. And it turns out my list is done. So, this was my Cutlass live video. I hope you enjoyed it. Leave your comments below. Please subscribe up here, I think. It might be on the other side, but I'm pretty sure it's here. Subscribe right here. Like this video if you liked it. And please leave a comment. I want to have a conversation with you guys. So, that's it for me. Okay, bye-bye. And stop.